Hi, and welcome to the Arthyr class reviews plus Alchemy computer and Alchemy astrologer site review. We're also blessed again to have Loda Shaw with us, who is a seasoned astrologer, one of the best out there, and we also have Pat Rogers with us, which is has a book, and you can see that in the credits. Also, we have a gentleman here, Jodie. He is an astrologer also, and he does asteroids, and he's very good at it also. So I'm giving a plug out there to it.
Thanks, Rich.
Oh, hey, gotta give it where it's at, brother. So we're gonna go over it, and again, you can click on the top right on the view and watch the gallery view if you want to see all the people there. Some of them show their picture, some of them don't. Some of them are driving. One of them, please do not, listen to this, but don't, pick up your phone. Please drive safe, because, we need you in this world. So I'm going to share the screen now. We're going to go over the items that we're going to be looking at today, which is the same format, but there are some twists today. We've got some wonderful items. Pat shared a chart with me, and there are a few items on there that we'll discuss for this month, not just only the fixed stars. Because why? Because we're here to learn all this stuff, and we're here to compare notes and make sure things that happen that we actually get something out of it a little bit more than we even know about, which is a good thing. So I'm going to share the screen now. We'll be discussing, of course, we'll try to get out of here by 2:30. I hope I have that. We have about 55 minutes of Arthyr. Now I'm gonna quell your interest on this stuff. Some of it's Blair project stuff where the camera's moving a little bit. So just letting you know, for those of you that that aren't used to that, I got all of them. I zoomed in. I even got it fine pinpointed this time so that I can make sure that you can stop it and see what he actually wrote on the board, because I have the actual originals on this stuff. So I'm able to do that. So
gotta get creative. Gotta get creative. But you see here, I've got this beautiful, attractive person. And when I see this person, male or female, I'm going to like this person. Because they're going to be soft, they're going to be harmonious, they're going to be loving, they're going to be caring. There's going to be a sense about them that really looks good. They're probably wearing blue. Because this is a blue color, isn't it? So that's the person I'm seeing. Who do they think they are? A warrior. They're an inner warrior, aren't they? But remember, Mars is about right action. And I know a lot of people who have that Mars behind their sun like that, and they champion other people's causes.
So I'm able to do that.
Yeah.
So we have a wonderful class. We're going to go over the horary chart for this class right now, and we've got some comparisons. And I've also pulled in some of the other items that we did in the previous classes so that we can apply some of those things that we've learned from those previous classes, which I think is important, because Arthyr put out a lot of information. And if we don't look at it for what it is, then we don't learn from it. We're going to cover, of course, the fixed stars that relate to the astrology for the coming month, and I did include the first, and you'll see why. It's pretty cool. And for those of you that are watching on YouTube right now and thinking about purchasing this, you should, because there's a lot of meat in this one, and I think you'll enjoy it. So, and I only put a little bit on there. So go ahead and look at that and see if that's something that you want. Today we're covering a current event also in the world. It's not going to be a horary, because Pat actually brought it up, and I said, dang, that's cool. So I gave her kudos on that, and I left her, her little advertisement on the sheet itself, which I think is important, because we have to plug other astrologers too. And of course, Arthur's video, which I just discussed on. I have updated the site again. As you can see, the live class is there from last month. If you haven't got it, just click on it and it will give it to you. And there's all the different handouts that you see here are in that. And all the items that are on the site are available to you. And if you have a phone or a mobile device, you can actually download the Google Play or the Apple Store app and just watch it on your phone, because we all like to multitask, as Morgan was saying. So the temperaments are also available, the 90-degree dial, the whole works are on there, and of course you can see where it's on there. So what
comes down to your teacher, what was, where you were, who your teacher was.
But you have to ask yourself, what do you want to do with this stuff? how do you want to apply it in your life or the life of your clients? And how accurate is it going to be? Because there's a lot of them. Arthyr spoke of one lady in one class a while ago that she was, stringing along about 100 people or something like that. And then all of a sudden, she turned out her stuff was garbage. And she admitted to the astrology community that it was garbage. So, I don't know. It's all a matter of if it works for you and you're healing and you're helping people out and it's accurate and it's, provable accurate, then you're able to do it. A lot of times this stuff that people do aren't that accurate. I point that out as just a matter of course. This whole reason why I do this is because there are things that need to be discussed, and there are aspects and different types of things that you need to look at in charts that aren't, you get a book or you make these automated charts, they're not going to tell you this stuff. You'll spend days going, wondering what the heck the difference is. Well, here's the difference here. You can see the different angles on the whole signs, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0 on the cusp. And then if you go down to here, which is Regiomontanus, which is not whole sign, it's calculated different mathematics, if you will. And you can see that there are different degree sets on each cusp. And they're based on how you're looking at the skies and the sections of the skies. For those of you that do astronomy like me, because I have a telescope and I have some fun with that too, we'll do a different video on that. You can actually look at the different skies and see the segments of where the different constellations are inside of there. And it's amazing. It's amazing. I shared something with Arthyr. I'm seeing if I could find that video still. Now, the second part that we'll be covering for this next month coming up is more of a detailed part on how it's used within relationships. You saw how the application is on how to do a quick read on somebody with the chart. And that's gold, because if you can cast a sunset chart on somebody, you'll know your clients in a minute. And, you can go with some of the other techniques that are out there where, you look at locomotion and all the way the chart's set up, and that helps. But some of the things that Arthyr has on those charts where he talks about his sunset chart, which is based on the ancient whispers, it's just gold. I mean, there's nothing that can replace the stuff that he has on there. Here's the mathematics behind it. Arthyr notes hyperbolic geometry is what it's called. And basically it's non-Euclidean geometry, which if you're a mathematician, you'll enjoy that. Like me, I love that stuff. And then here's an overview of the math if you want to watch it. If you're not techie, don't even watch it. It'll make your brain melt. He also covered horse racing and gambling at casinos and how that stuff works, and judging events is the takeaway that we need to look at that. And I have a couple of later classes that we'll be going through and looking at some of that with, because it's just pure gold. His book that he talked about that he used on it's called Ancient Whispers from Chaldea, which is a book that he's famous on. Here's the link to it on Amazon, so you don't have to dig for it for days. If you want to support me, there's my BioSig Alchemy computer. It has a bunch of neat things on there. They're cheap and get stuff done for websites and things like that. Our next class, for those of you who are interested, which you are interested, which I said this last month, I know, is the 2023, April 27th, and we're going to be covering part 2 of the sunset chart. And we appreciate you all being here, and thank you so much. We shall see you in the stars, as Arthyr would say.
Thank you, Richard. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Rich.
You betcha. Have a great day, everybody, and we'll talk to you soon.